atop the AFC West. So, Shannon, what was your biggest takeaway from this game?
Justin Herbert is miles, light years ahead of Baker Mayfield.
Wrong.
And he's showing he's the real deal, and he's smack dab in the hunt of this MVP. When you Kyler Murray, Tom Brady, Justin Herbert, Josh
you
Allen.
actually acknowledge that Tom Brady's in the race?
Yeah, I said it.
Wow.
No, you talk about he was in the front of the race. I said he was in the race.
I said he's running away with the race.
No, he's not running away with it, Skip. Because this is what we know about Baker. Now, we can't make any excuses. He has a great offensive line. He has the best running game. He has great weapons, tight ends. Look at Njoku, Austin Hooper, Bryant, wide receivers, Peoples-Jones and Schwartz and Odell, Higgins.
You haven't named a great one yet.
No, great receiver. Maybe not one, but as a collective unit, they're really good.
Was Jarvis there yesterday?
Hold on, whoa.
Go ahead.
Defense, they spent a lot of money on the defense.
Yep.
For me, Skip, this is what we know about Baker. We have yet to see Baker. When things are going good, front running, when he got that touchdown and put him up by 14, he taking pictures. Come on, hey, give me that steal shot. Come on, show me some energy. I need passion. He clicking. Now, this is what happened when the Chargers got within 1 point of him. With 3:15 left, he went 3 and out. They got the ball back, went down, scored a touchdown. With 1 minute and 31 left in a timeout, he got 2 first downs. He couldn't even get them in field goal range. Even if they needed a field, all they needed was a field goal. Baker Mayfield could not get the Cleveland Browns in field goal range. After
they didn't need a field goal. I'm
just saying, can you at least get them in field goal range just in case? 35 attempts, 230 yards. Chubb, 21 for 161. Kareem Hunt, 12 for 61. 7.7, 5.1. And Baker Mayfield, this all you got? This all you can give us? You was up there kid just earlier. We saw this last year, opening day. Remember opening day, they had that big lead, Skip? We saw this in the playoff game last year. Mahomes got hurt and Henny came in. What we're starting to see is that Baker Mayfield doesn't seem to have the capabilities of bringing a team back. When they in the front and he keying, he all good. I want to see you fall behind and bring that team back.
Okay, you done?
I'm done.
My turn. Baker Mayfield played great on the road at SoFi Stadium against a team that well might be the best team in the AFC at this point. It's between them and Buffalo on who's playing the best right now.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield played great against that team, but Justin Herbert played better. I will give you that. And yet, if we could see what Baker was up against.
What are he up against?
Well, he was up against, he doesn't have Keenan Allen at wideout. He doesn't even have Mike Williams at wideout. I'll take either one of those over anybody he was playing with yesterday because I've told you, I first guessed this. Odell and Baker have no chemistry. I don't understand it. I don't know what's happened. They're very close off the field, and they cannot get close on the field. So early on in this game, it was a 4th and 2 at the Chargers 17. If we could see this, 8:16 left actually in the second quarter. Tell me what happens here, Mr. Sharp. Baker throws it to Odell.
He dropped it.
He dropped it.
He just flat dropped it.
It's a first down.
That'd have been a first down, Skip. He dropped it.
Just hit him right in the hands.
He dropped it.
Couldn't hold it.
So he winds up,
he winds up throwing Odell 3 passes. He caught 2 of them for 20 yards.
Yeah.
He had little to no impact
he dropped
on the
it, Skip.
game. Jarvis Landry is not there. When he comes back, things will change. So, again, Baker's playing with one hand tied behind his back because he doesn't have a wide receiver who he knows can get open against a very good defense.
So how did he get that hand free to have a 28-13 lead? How did he get that hand free?
27-13.
Yeah, so how did he get that hand free?
Okay, and yet in the fourth quarter, somehow Justin Herbert scored 26 points on a Cleveland defense I thought was very good. But I did not realize until after the game, wait a second, because I'm trying to watch 3 games at once.
Yeah.
Greedy Williams out. Denzel Ward out. So they're down to their second-string corners in the fourth quarter against Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
I think Greedy got hurt in the game.
Yeah, he did. But I'm saying Denzel was already out. So Greedy went down in the first quarter. So they're really fighting up. You know, they're fighting uphill against a guy who's just getting better by the rocketry, right? He's throwing rockets all over the field. Okay, so now we come to the first controversial play on which the Cleveland Browns got robbed. I think even LeBron he'd be the first. We should have him on the show and talk about how the Browns got robbed.
didn't get robbed. They got robbed by selecting Baker. That's what the robbery took place.
This is 9:10 left in the game. It's 4th and 4 at the 41, and they just say, we're going to go for this. Justin Herbert says, we're going to go for this, and he throws deep to Mike Williams. In the backup corner, A.J. Green is there. Mike Williams grabs him by the jersey to pull himself up. It's clearly offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
It's offensive pass interference. It should be Cleveland's ball back at the 41 because they would decline it, and they would be going the other way in Chargers territory at the 41-yard line.
Right.
And the backup corner gets flagged for pass interference, and it turns the whole game on its head. This is the play of the game. It's pure robbery on A.J. Green. He is pulling on his jersey to boost himself up so he can try to catch the football.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
How tall is Mike Williams? Like 6'4" or 5"?
Yeah. He's a big receiver.
Okay, he's a big receiver. And by the way, did you see the targets yesterday that he got? Because Justin Herbert threw him 16 balls, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Whew.
He got them Devontae Adams targets.
Yeah, he did. He got Devontae.
You know Devontae gonna get 16.
Gets 19 or 20. Yeah, he got 16, only caught 8 of them. Okay, so in the fourth quarter, Baker actually played pretty well. He threw for 111 yards in the fourth quarter. And if you do that times 4, that's 444 yards. That'd be bigger than Brady's 432. That's the best in regulation. But guess who threw for 209 in the fourth quarter? 209?
And how many touchdowns? He had like 3 touchdowns.
2. He had 2 touchdowns and obviously no interceptions. But that's just too good, but albeit against the 2 backup corners.
But no, Skip, the point is that when you had an opportunity to put the game out of reach.
Thank you.
Your guy.
Okay, let's go to the only punt of the fourth quarter. You said, he went 3 and out. Okay, first, they get it 1st and 10 at their 14 with 3:01 left in the game. First play, they just hand it off, obviously. I can't remember if it was Chubb or Kareem Hunt, but they just get 1 yard. That was Chubb. So now it's 2nd and 9 at the 15. And could we see the second robbery of the game?
What robbery?
It's the second robbery of the game. Baker goes front side, no. I'm going to go backside, and I'm going to throw my rocket. And Derwin James, you're going to have a hard time seeing this because it's not very clear.
The man fails. Skip, he just failed.
Derwin James got there way early and basically knocked him off his route, just knocked him down. And Baker went crazy after the game and said, I know the fine's already in the mail, but that is pass interference. He just knocked Rashard Higgins down. It's Derwin James. He's a great player, but he tackles better than he covers.
Higgins didn't complain. Look at him. He just got up. He didn't complain, so he just fell on the ball.
What hit him? He got blindsided.
Turf monster got it.
And that's a catchable ball, but he wasn't able to catch it because he's getting tackled.
He on the ground, lost his footing.
I'm sorry. It's robbery on top of robbery. You obviously acknowledged the first call was obviously offensive pass interference.
Okay, skip that happens in a game.
Okay, but they're 2 terrible calls that don't go Cleveland's way, and it's because LeBron's up there jinxing them. Every time LeBron you can't do it.
First of all, Cleveland Browns had no idea. They didn't even know LeBron was in the stadium. So they ain't got, LeBron's here, man. I got to play good. LeBron's here. He's bad luck. They didn't even know LeBron was there.
I knew he wasn't playing last night because there's no way on a game night, even though a preseason game, he's not going to go to the game at SoFi and then have to go downtown to Staples.
Why not?
So he went and sat on the bench. That's okay. But look, I'm going to give you this. The Chargers looked sensational, but the Cleveland Browns were in control of this game. And I believe if they get the offensive pass interference that should have been called and they get the ball at the Chargers 41 going the other way, I believe they would have won this game. Yep. I think you know it and I know it.
You got, Skip, at some point in time, you got to come to the conclusion. With a running game like that, your guys just average.
Well, they ran it. They're up against maybe the hottest team in football right now, maybe even hotter than the Bills or the Chargers.
Yeah.
Right?
And your team ran the ball for 230. Your team is the #1 running team in football.
And my quarterback threw it for 305. That'll win you a lot of games. But there's another one of those 300, 200 games.
And guess what? And when you needed it, you had an opportunity to put the nail in the coffin, deliver the coup de grace. What happened?
So what did they do on 3rd down in that series before they punted? They ran it. Okay.
That tells you everything you need to know. They don't trust your boy. They don't trust your boy. Who would, in a situation like that, you got Baker Mayfield, the #1 overall draft pick in the draft just 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
I think Stefanski out-cuted himself and thought he could trick him by running it, tried to hit a quick opener and get the 8 yards they needed.
I think Stefanski was thinking in the back of his mind, Baker's not it.
Is that right?
That's what I think he was thinking.
Boy,
he knows.
Well, it's hard when you're a bust and you throw for 305 against
I did not say he was a bust. That's what I would say. I say he's average. There's a difference between a bust and an average.
Yeah, and you don't have Jarvis Landry, and you're stuck with Odell. And I've told you.
Oh, you stuck with Odell now?
Well, he goes on a run last year for 11 games without Odell after Odell, I'm knocking on wood for Odell, got hurt at Cincinnati. And Baker was the 4th graded quarterback in Pro Football by Pro Football Focus over those 11 games. That looked like...
He'd be lucky to be 14th rated now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, after yesterday, I'd say that was top 10-ish against that team on the road, and you get those bad calls late.
Is he top 10, though? Would you take Baker as a top 10 quarterback right now?
No, I would not.
Okay, then. That's all I needed you to say. See, you heard that, Baker? He was just singing your praise, but say you're not top 10.
Yep. Well, you're saying he's a bust. That's basically.
I didn't say that.
You're saying they should replace him, right?
No. I'm just saying he's not Josh Allen. I'm saying he's the 3rd best quarterback. He and Big Ben are fighting it out for 3rd and 4th because Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow are the 2 best quarterbacks in that division.
Did he not play well enough to win this game yesterday?
No.
Should that not stand up?
That did not.
305 and 230.
So what am I supposed to do about this 398 and 4 touchdowns?
That's who that guy is.
Yeah, that's who he is.
So my Cowboys held Justin Herbert to 3 points in the 4th quarter. The Browns give up 26 points in the 4th quarter. What does that tell you?
That tells me
You're down to your backup corners.
That he made a couple of. Remember, he threw it because he picked him up in the end zone.
Did.
They had callback because of penalties.
Yep.
You would have